Namaste, welcome to Easy Tarot, and in today's video we are going to see what messages Spirit wants to say to you. So this is going to be general messages, as in like there's no specific topic. It could be about love, could be about specific person, could be a however your spirit wants to communicate to you. It could be about our personal life, like our mental issues or anything. Mostly I have seen that angels do care about our mental health and how we are coping with our life and stuff like that. So, mostly that's the messages that we are going to get. And right now, what I'm doing is just preparing the piles and preparing the cards. So, if you're interested in the shuffling process, you can stay here. And if you're not, you can go to the description and there would be timestamps for the pile selection. You can click on that timestamp. This video will automatically fast forward for you. Okay, let's begin. No. Usually, when I'm shuffling the cards, I do not talk much. So it's when I'm concentrating on cards most. Okay. Pile number one, pile number two. This magician card is for pile number one and pile number two, by the way. So some of you might be drawn to one and two both, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Pile number three. Okay, just a moment. I'll just shuffle these cards once again. This pile number three. This for this. I'm just intuitively picking things up, guys. Is there any messages for pile number one? Okay. Pile number two. I'm hearing not from this deck, so for pile number one, we are going to shuffle the other cards, other deck. Are there any more messages for pile number two, Spirit? There are like a bunch of cards over here, so we are going to shuffle once again. But then also interesting fact, for pile number two, we have received Seven of Pentacles and also Seven of Wands. So seven might be an important number for you. And in a positive way, this both cards were kind of like, one is a defensive person, another one is someone who is waiting, but not waiting in a good way. They are waiting and sad and they feel stagnant. That's the energy of Seven of Pentacles over here. So maybe angels are trying to, and also see, I just cut the cards and see, this is not going to focus itself. There's a reason for why it's not focusing, because again, Seven of Cups is the like, oh my god, there's so many options, what should I choose, who am I, what is the best option for me, am I going to do things right, am I not? So that's the card which Seven of Cups represents. So all these cards being blurred out when I'm trying to focus it out for you guys, so that's just signifies how much you know how much that's not the meaning of what 7 represents in your life. 7 represents something positive in your life. 777 angel number. If you're seeing that, angels are just trying to say to you, you know what, you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful, positive messages or positive things in your life when you see 777 angel number. Or maybe this could simply mean that 7th is your birth month, or that is July, or 7, if I'm not wrong. I mean, it is July, right? Okay. Or 7th might be your birth date or life path number, and that's just bringing a lot of like positivity in your life. Okay. Okay. Is there any more cards for pile number 2? Is this for pile number 3? Yep, that's for pile number 3. We are going to see for pile number 2. Is there any more cards? And then we'll just move on to another deck, I guess. Is there any more cards for pile number 2? Is there any more cards for pile number 3? The pile number 1 is getting very, very impatient right now. Are these 2 cards for pile number 1, 2? Could be for 2 and 3. Okay. No. Okay, this is kind of like for both, I guess. Okay, so we are going to take it. And also, just so you know that this is a general messages, so certain messages might resonate with you, certain messages won't resonate with you. Sometimes what ends up happening is you will be resonated with pile number 1, 2, and 3, and that's completely fine and completely okay. This is just the way tarot works in terms of YouTube messages. So there's literally no rules in tarot for how things are going to resonate with you. So just keep that in mind, you know. We have pile number 1. Do we have pile number 2? Wonderful. Do we have anything for pile number 3, guardian angel? Anything for pile number 3, guardian angel? Is this for pile number 1? I feel it's over here. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Everybody is going through some or the other hardships in their life, and that is completely understandable, and that's what I'm seeing, and angels want to talk to you about that. Okay, are we done here? No? Should I take the other cards? Wow. Who is this for? Is it for pile 3? I feel that this is for pile 3. Am I right? No. This is kind of like a general message. You deserve happiness, you deserve abundance in terms of emotional fulfillment, and you know, it's not a specific message for any of your file. This is like a general message. See, I'll tell you what, nobody actually stays for the shuffling process. So if you are staying for the shuffling process, this is literally the message for you. Okay, it's just for pile number 1. Do we have anything for pile number 2? I do not feel that. Do we have anything for pile number 3, guardian angel? Or should I shuffle for pile number 2? Is this card for... Should I take it back? Okay, and this is not the card for any one of you. What about these cards, which is 3 of Swords and 6 of Cups? Is it for pile number 3? And pile number 2. It is for pile number 3. Okay, Spirit, is there any messages for pile number 2? Because if there is none, it's okay, no problem. There was one though. Okay. So these are your pile options. Guys, these are your pile options. Pile number 1 is yellow, pile number 2 is pink, and pile number 3 is blue. Now, I have a general message for every one of you who is waiting and watching over here. This message is represented by 10 of cups. Just a moment. Let me see whether it is. Um, I don't know. Something is wrong with the blood and the focusing thing right now. Okay, we'll just shut it down and then start it back. So I shut the video down and then made some changes to. Um, I was working a little bit and then I came back, and you know what? I saw angel number 555 when I just wanted to start this video again. That's like a huge confirmation. A big shift of life is changing in your life. A big shift is coming in your life. And I hear July for some of you for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's your birthday. Maybe you are watching this video in July. Okay, anyway, we are going to see what message angels are trying to tell you with the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is the card of emotional fulfillment. So that doesn't mean that you are going to have a lot of money in your life. This simply means that you are going to feel abundant irrespective how much of money you have. If you know, there was this research conducted how two different kind of households. Some were rich, okay, some were rich, and then some were poor. Now, just like the conclusion of the rich and poor households was like money doesn't define happiness. There were um, the rich people were having a lot of stress and you know uh, stuff like that, and they were unhappy in general with their life, and the poor were content and happy with their life. So money literally does not define our happiness. Our happiness is independent in itself. It is detached from everything, and that's the beautifulest thing in the world. So money is not dictating our happiness, job is not dictating our happiness, validation is not dictating our happiness. Our happiness is also not dictated by the type of relationship we have, or if we have any relationship in our life. Our happiness is independent in itself, and that's why it's the most beautiful thing in the world. In other words, you can be happy right now, however you are living your life. Even if you think that you are not doing great, you are not doing the best job, still you can have happiness. Still, you deserve happiness right now, right here, right now. Even if you are watching this video, you know what I mean? So, this is what your spirit is trying to tell you to every one of your pile, okay, to everyone over here. This is what your spirit is trying to tell you. You deserve happiness, you deserve emotional fulfillment right now. Not right now, I'm sorry, I think I said the wrong words. From now onwards, that's what your angels are trying to tell you. You deserve happiness from now to the eternity, till the time that you do take your last breath of your life. And that's the power of angels. And when I just, you know, when I was talking and then this card was, moving a little bit, I saw this. I love you. The card that I've kept in my table. This represents the love that angel, the universe, the God has for you, the spirits has for you. They love you. And you just need to know that. You don't have to reciprocate, or you don't have to understand what type of love they have. You just need to know that they are in love with you. They love you and they are there for you. Isn't that powerful, you guys? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that amazing? I'm so happy for you, all of you. I'm so happy for all of us too, me included, because I'm getting this opportunity to read this message, and both of these messages are so wonderful. I can't wait to see what each of the pile means. And yeah, let's begin with pile number 1 now. So here we go. Those of you who chose pile number 1, we are going to see what your spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. Your spirit is always trying to be in contact with you, and sometimes you do get their messages. Sometimes you do understand what they are trying to tell you and stuff like that. And I made one oracle deck. This is like a smallest deck, but this is the sweetest. I love it. So we are going to use that for you guys as well. Okay, so those of you who chose a yellow card, this is going to be a reading. We are seeing what cards you have. We have Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords. Again, there's this with the seven energy. I see that there's some relation to pile number two over here. Maybe you are watching pile number one, and your friend or someone, some significant person, is watching pile number two. But there's some relation to pile number two. Or maybe you watch this right now, and then your future self, after like 6 months or some years, you are going to watch pile number two again. I don't know. We have death. We have the Magician, wonderful. We have Ace of Cups. I'm going to keep it here. And the last card we have is Six of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so since I said Six of Swords to this card, I see that there's a movement, there's travel. That's definitely there. Okay. And not this is not like the travel of, for most of you, there could be like, of course, physical distance and physical traveling. But since I'm mixing it up with Six of Pentacles, I sense a deeper meaning of travel. You are shifting. The personality of you is shifting. Your life is traveling, if you know what I mean. If your life was, that you are not having enough money for yourself, your life is going to travel to that place, to that parallel universe, if you will, where you have a lot of money, and you have not just money for yourself and your family and your friends, but you have enough money to give out to poor, to those who needs. And Six of Pentacles is actually the healthiest card that I feel there is in the deck. I don't know. I do have personal favorites, of course. Six of Pentacles, and along with Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful. My lovely. So over here, I can't help it. These two cards are like literally taking my attention over here, and I have to tell you what these means. This is the card for self-love. Okay, helping others out. We all do help others out, of course, but when someone when someone doesn't have enough, for example, in terms of money, it's very easy to see. Like for example, I have $500 and my friend comes up to me and then they ask me for 400, and then I'm like, oh my god, I would need this 500 for my monthly income, and I was saving it for my monthly expenses. But since I need to give you that money, um actually there's no need, but then since I feel obliged to help the other person, I'm like, okay, fine, you know what, just take 400. I'll adjust, and I adjust to the core, and I don't fulfill my needs. Like of course I can't fulfill my wants, and I can sacrifice in certain areas of my life. Let's say, for example, I compromise in going out with my friends. I compromise in recharging my phone. But I even compromise in my food and stuff like that. So I compromise in a lot more way, and then I help others. Now in terms of money, this is very understandable. We can see what is happening because money is numbers. This is tangible, we can see it, right? But when it comes to energy, we cannot see it. How much we are draining ourselves in order to help others, we cannot see it. And that's, as per our angels, as per our spirit, that is not the healthiest way to deal with relationship, outside relationship. We have relationship with ourselves, we have relationship with others. When we have relationship with others, angels are saying, That's not the best way to go for it. Ultimately, you'll just feel tired, you'll just feel burnt out, your energy will be sucked out of you, and then you would not feel good. In an example way, if I tell you, we try to help others while we are sad ourselves. Like, I'm sad, I'm having a rough day, I'm stressed out, and my friend comes up to me and then they are like, you know what, I've had a bad day, I want to, talk to you about it. I need you, I need your help, I need your advice, or etc., whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine, I would help you out. Not because I have enough energy, but because I feel obliged to help others. Now, some people are there who feel obliged to help others. Maybe you are one of them. Okay, why do we feel obliged? I would like to connect to that topic as well. Why do we feel obliged to help others? Is because there's a lot of shame that people bring up when people are practicing self love, when people take care of themselves. Like, for example, self love is not called self love from the societal point of view. Like, others will say, oh my God, you're so selfish. Oh my God, you're so self centered. You're so arrogant. They would criticize, they would insult the practices of self love, right? But self love is such a healthy thing. And there's the downline message of self love, which I'll come back to. But when it comes to helping others, even if you're not able to manage yourself, there's a lot of compliments that is given in the society. Oh my God, you're such a beautiful soul for helping that person out. You had to sacrifice your life in order to help them out. Wow, you're such a wonderful person. There's a lot of like appreciation or acceptance in the society when people sacrifice their own needs in order to fulfill others' needs. So I'm not even surprised if this is the case with you guys, and I won't ever be surprised if this is the case with every one of these files. Every one of the three files are trying to help others out when they themselves are exhausted. Or I'm having a bad day and my friends comes up to me and they like I if I were alone, if I was alone, and if my friend didn't come up to me, I knew what I wanted to do. I just wanted to lay down, maybe watch some Netflix, or just detach from the world, just don't talk to anyone, just lay down and then just de-stress myself. I would have done that if my friend wouldn't have come over here, but since they need me too, I feel obliged. I feel obligated to help them. I feel like I have to help them. That's why I quoted this. Because this is my feelings. This is not an actual rule that that I have to give things to others. This is not actuality. This is what I feel. Right? And that's why this message is such a wonderful message. You, file number one, you are going to have self love. Okay, if you know the concept of the cup of love, this was said by a lot of people, but I remember very freshly how Oprah said it. How Oprah described it is, you have a cup and you fulfill yourself. Everyone has their own cup. You fulfill yourself with whatever you need. Okay, and then once you are fulfilled, right, what we try to do is, like, for example, let's just say that this is my cup. I don't think that this could be okay. Anyway, just imagine this is my cup. Okay, no, I'll just take a cup. I have one cup over here in which I have like a lot of cards, but we'll just take it whenever we are taking it. Okay, I have this cup, and everyone has their own cup. Now what I feel is like, okay, I have this much of water now everybody is being given like love. Okay, this is the cup of love. Now I have this much of love in me. God has given this much of love to me. Now for example, my friend comes in and then they say that they need me, I'll give from my cup. I'll pour into their cup. I'll be like, okay, you need me, here you go, here is my energy to you. Okay. And again, when my family asks for my help, I'll be like pouring them. I'll pour from my cup. Okay, from my cup. And then what ends up happening is my cup of love just keeps decreasing and decreasing and decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, and by the time it's like in the red alert zone, I'm like, you know what? I can't do it anymore. I know I need someone. I know I need to rely on someone. That's when we feel lonely. That's when we feel like we need to have a partner. We need to have someone who would love us the way we are. There's this song, no, no. Someone to love me. I think that's the song. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we feel like we need something from the other person. Then we are desperately looking out for love to fulfill ourselves. Okay, so I'll either go to my family and then say them, you know what, I need you to listen to me. Or shall we just go out somewhere? Shall we have a family dinner? I need a hug. I need something, Um, and don't get me wrong, their love is also true love. Okay. And their love could fulfill us, and that does fulfill us if they are true to us, if they are not using us. But mostly those people who just keep on giving from their cup, they are mostly being used by others, from my experience. And if they are true to you and if they genuinely care about you, their love would affect you, and then you would be like given enough love. But that's like very much less in compared to God's love, with in compared to our love towards ourselves, right? And also just keep in mind, when I'm saying our love affects us. Like, for example, my love language, let's say my love language is word of affirmation. I would just say I love you to myself, and I love you, I love you. I will just say it every single day, and then I feel fulfilled, one by one. Now just work on your love language. Whatever your love language is, whatever touches you, you give yourself that. Now, if my love language is words of affirmation, that means words of affirmation could be my hate language as well. Now, nobody talks about what is self-hatred. When I say to myself, oh, I'm a disgusting person, I didn't deserve to take the help of the other person, I don't know why I did that, my love decreases. It just keeps on decreasing, and then now I'm dry. I'm dry. I'm dried out. There's nothing left in me. And we come to this point, and now we are not lonely. Now we are not looking for help or anything. We don't do that. Now we are just burnt out, or we are physically, literally in the hospital because we have burnt out so bad. Or I don't know. That's one of the cases that I know and I have noticed. You know yourself, your life, what happens when you're completely dry. So that's the reason we do not give love from our cup. Now, why I needed to say this is because the Seven of Cups in here. Let's say the Seven of Cups. We have 8 cups actually. This is the 8th cup. This is your cup. This is your self-love cup. And you are thinking, what should I give it to? You think that your energy, your love, okay, this could be called as self-love cup, or this could be called as energy cup. Okay, just take it however it resonates. Where should I put it into? Should I put it into my job? Should I put it into my friends' needs, my my colleague, my family, blah blah blah? You're just thinking, who should you fulfill? And simultaneously you are thinking, who will fulfill you? What outside cups will fulfill you? What you do not understand is you fulfill yourself. Yeah, as I said earlier, how do you do that? Is okay, for some of you, this is simply the time of manifestation. This is simply the you are just manifesting. Oh, my cup of love is fulfilled. You just say this affirmation, and boom, you're just there. Your manifestation is strong enough for you to just say this affirmation and be there. Try this out. Trust me, try this out. 100% this is going to work, at least with some of you. As I said earlier, this is a general reading, so some is going to resonate with it, some is not. That doesn't matter, but everybody is going to try this out. Okay, anyway. So if this formula is not working when I'm giving from my cup, it's not working for me because I'm either not getting back the love that I need, or either which ways I'm being drained out. What helps me? What is the thing that helps me? Now, this is the concept that is said by Oprah, and this is the exact representation of God that there is. Now, true love, self love, or helping others, okay, what that actually means is, first, I'm completely drained out, okay? If you are there, this is for you guys. If I'm completely drained out, or whether you are over here, whether you are like in the space of I'm lonely, I need something, I know I need something to, I know there is a red alert, like there's this beeping thing going on, like our phone battery is like 15%, so we know that this is the point that we need to look for the charger, we need to charge our phone. So that's the red alert, that's the need phase. Like, I know I need something, I should do something about it right now, because we have energy to fulfill that. We have a little bit of energy to fulfill our needs. By the time that we are completely dry, we cannot fulfill our needs whatsoever. We just completely shut down. We are not voluntarily shutting ourselves down, and it's out of our control as well. Maybe we cry a lot, maybe we are burnt out, maybe we just don't even have the energy to pick up a phone call. We don't have the energy to do anything. So wherever you are, you okay, it doesn't matter. Some is over here, some is completely dried out. It's fine. And your pain is still your pain, and it's still a bad news. And even if it's over here, you're not even reached the red zone, that's still a bad news, and it's still something that is painful. And I acknowledge that. Okay, you do not have to be completely dried out in order for me to acknowledge your pain, in order for anyone to acknowledge your pain. Your pain is your pain, and I completely acknowledge it. And I understand that everything is a bad thing, everything is a bad news. Why? Because we understand what the good news is. And what the good news is, it's beautiful. Just listen to me. Okay. You, when you are like dried out, you can't do anything, right? You shut down. And when you do shut down, right, there's this miracle in the God's way that happens, from the God's side that happens. We end up, um, you know, like for example, we completely shut down. We are just sleeping or something. We don't have energy. We are in an inactive mode. Okay, and naturally something happens that does increase our energy. We just have to go with it. Okay, if I would give you any advice for that phase of life, I would just say that just trust your God, because in this particular time, God's love is going to help you. Okay, your love may help you, sure, but God's love is definitely going to help you. And God's love is something eternal, unconditional love. We say that a lot. um that's the truest form of love that we receive from God. And God's love can fulfill our whole cup. That's the power that we can have from God's love. Now, how do we access God's love? What is God's love? How do we know if it is God's love? We trust our feelings. We go with our feelings, emotions or feelings, whatever you call it. We trust our actions. Sometimes we act on our own and then we just, you know, we just don't know what we are doing and stuff like that. Now, the recent example that I can give you for the actions is when um, just a moment, please. Okay. The example over here, when we are dried out, right? We can say that, you know, for example, I'm receiving a phone call, I see the phone call, and I'm awake. I could, you know, pick up the phone, but there's something in me that tells me not to do that. There's something in me that doesn't tell me, there's no words in my head. My hand even reaches the phone, but I don't feel like pressing the green button. Like it can't press the green button. That's the action. That's the action part. So your body will react in itself. Your body knows a lot what is right for you, trust me. Even your brain would be like, oh my god, this is not the right thing, I should have picked up a phone call, I might come off as rude or something like that. Just trust your body. Your body knows what is right for you. Right now you do not have the energy to do that. You do not have the energy to even pick up the phone call, and that happens. That has happened to me. So that does happen in life in general. Okay, so that's okay. Your body will lead you towards what is right for you. You trust your body, you trust your intuition as well. When I'm saying as well, I don't mean that you only trust your intuition. Oh, your intuition is only the right thing in your life. No, no. I'm not that type of tarot reader, or I'm not that type of, of a spiritual guru. I know that everything that God has made for us is right for us. Not just one part of us is right for us, but every part of us is right for us. That means not only my emotions is right for me, not only my actions are right for me, but my intuition is also right for me. Are you getting me? I'm not saying intuition is only the right thing to do. Some of you might be in that belief. I won't be shocked if you would be thinking that the intuition is the only way to go for it. No, it's not. Whatever you do, it is right for you. It doesn't matter. Even desperation is right for us. Some of you is thinking, what about the time that, either I could be desperate or I can just trust my intuition? Even desperation is right for us. There was never any rule book in terms of universal language, in terms of universe. There's only rule book in terms of like fiction, in terms of movie or stuff like that, or in terms of societal words. Societal words. The person who says sex before marriage is a shameful act has already had sex before marriage. So they would say it in words that, this is wrong, but in actions, they have already done it. So who are they to tell you what is right, what is wrong? Society is not the one who can tell you what is right, what is wrong. You yourself is not wise enough. Me, myself, I would not brag you into this. I would brag myself into this. My brain is not developed enough to tell what is right, what is wrong. Who am I to tell what is right, what is wrong? Someone has to be out there who is looking at the bigger picture. They has to know what is right, don't they? And that someone, you can name it God, universe, spirits, and um, spirit animals, or animals, I don't know. I do believe that animals are much more mature than that of human, to be very honest, because they don't compare themselves with each other. They just live their life and they love the other person eternally. They forgive from their heart. I am always someone who is going to believe that children, babies, and animals are someone who is much more understanding of the universe than that of us. Who are we to tell what is right, what is wrong? We are nobody. Therefore, I trust angels, and what angels says is there is nothing called a rule book. You can go for your intuition if you would love to, but if you would choose your emotions over your intuition, that's fine too. If you choose your actions over your intuition, that's fine too. And if you do not have any intuition, that's fine too. That is right. So whatever you do, it's all perfect. It's all right. It's correct. So either you can go about it two ways. Okay. As I said, how you would accept the love of God or how you can access the love of God. Meditation is one way of it, but also, like, let's face it, let's face the reality. Nobody can meditate um, when they are having a troubled mind. Okay, that's like, if you know about meditation, meditation has come from yoga, and yoga has come from India, and India is where I live, and I have a direct relation with a Swami, if you know what I mean. That's a person. Okay, an enlightened person who have done yoga in their life. Okay, now they, okay, we have this practice in yoga which says, you know what, if you want to do yoga, you can, like, in the ancient books and stuff, there was this practice which was, put a blanket on the floor and then sit on it and then do yoga. Why would they say that? Because your physical comfort is important. Why would they say to, keep your spine straight? Again, because your physical comfort is important. That means you should be physically comfortable in every sense. Eat good food, drink good water. If you need to go to washroom, go for it. And when you're comfortable completely, physically, go do meditation. When you're not just physical comfort was important, guys. Not it is the actual true form of meditation. I don't know why nobody talks about it. But emotional and mental comfort is also important. If you're someone who is having overthinking and a little bit of trigger warning, should I say it? I don't know. Or if you think about, just if you don't want to listen to one thing that I'm going to say, you can just remove your earphones for a bit, and I'll just give you this thumbs up, and then you can put it back. There's a trigger warning. Okay, remove it right now. Okay. The trigger warning topic was if you are suicidal or if you're thinking about harming yourself. That's it. That's the messages. But sometimes when some people have went through this, okay, anyway, so if you're having that overthinking or any kind of stress in your life that you have not worked out, you're mentally distressed, you cannot meditate in that state. Nobody can meditate in that state. I cannot meditate. I did not meditate in that. I mean, I was trying to, of course, but I couldn't. And I'm talking from my experience, you guys. Okay, I'm talking real life over here. Real S. I'm not talking some voodoo stuff. I'm not someone who just says something and don't practice that thing. I first experience things and then I talk about it. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so in this phase, if you're completely dried out, we cannot be meditating. Okay, so that's not the way to access God's love. Okay, though if you're in this stage, you can, if you're feeling lonely or something like that, you can. And one interesting fact about loneliness I will tell you, but let's just let's just focus on this. So how do you access the love of God? You just be yourself, and you try your best not to judge yourself. And even if you judge yourself, do not like focus on it. Just change your words immediately. I mean, this is a very tricky thing to say right now. Hey guys, by the way, if you need me to be with you, I can be there. Okay, I can, I'm a tarot reader by a profession, but if you need someone to be with you, like that, I do not call myself a counselor, but throughout your spiritual journey, if you need me to be there with you, I can give you that services as well. Okay, and private services, of course, um, not otherwise, but still I understand sometimes we need people, sometimes we need the other person, and that's not to be ashamed for. Okay, if you're thinking about that, do not be ashamed of it, because I can see this pattern in your life, saying that, oh my god, it is not good to take help from others, it is good to give help to others. No, it is good to take help from others. It is good to understand that you need help, and it is healthy. You know how we say it is healthy to set boundaries, it is healthy to say no. It is equally healthy to ask for help. It is good. Okay. Anyway, moving forward, you just accept yourself the way you are. Okay. Don't think or don't tag it. Okay, this is good, this is bad. Just trust it. Just trust it. Trust your body. Trust whatever God is giving you, whatever God is giving you in terms of feelings is right for you. There has to be some significance in this. There has to be some significance in your life. There has to be some reason why God is making you feel this way, why God is giving you these kind of feelings, why God is giving you these kind of actions where like with the phone example, where you do not want to pick up the phone call. Why this is happening? There has to be some reason, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure the reason later in my life, after like 5 million years, maybe, or maybe after 5 years. But right now, I'm not going to think about it at all. I'm not going to think about what is right, what is wrong, whether I should go for it or not. I'll just do what I feel is right, and I'll just go for it. That's how you access God's love. When you're saying yes, that God is important, you are also saying that I believe in God. I believe what the feelings that God has given in me. I believe the desires that the God has given in me. I believe in the feelings or the actions that God is making me take. And then you are moved to next level. Now, if there is a fear in your head that, oh my god, if I go back to that phase of life, oh my god, what will happen, then you'll get lonely over here. And for those of you who are feeling lonely, who are feeling, oh no, I need someone, I need something, this is the message for you. Or again, for those, if you would end up feeling that way, I want to tell you that loneliness is not something that is fulfilled with the other person. As I said earlier in the example, if the other person is actually in love with you, they would fulfill you, but they wouldn't fulfill you that much. Like that much. They would fulfill you, but only this much, like a little bit. So, loneliness, when we have loneliness, we are not lonely because we are not in love with another human being, but we feel lonely because we are disconnected with God. We feel like we are not in contact with God anymore. We are not feeling God in us anymore. And what we do, either you can continue what you were doing, okay? As I said earlier, just trust yourself, trust God. Do not tag things that this is good, this is wrong, or anything. Do not tag things even based on the society, to be very honest. Like, as per society, job is good and business is bad. Now the society is changing. Now the society is like, self-employment is good and job is bad. Who says? Who says that? If, trust me, if there was a person who has lived through all these generations, they would just say everything is right. There's nothing wrong in life. They would say that. Even if you're doing job, that's also right. And just don't tag things. Don't tag things into anything. Okay. And if you're a Virgo, that would be something difficult for you. I don't know. I know some Virgos who just want to tag things, who want to know what this is about, right? Right away. They just want that feeling that they have when they tag things. They feel secured when they tag things. Okay. Now you either accept stuff, or however you were accepting, or you can work on the affirmations, which is like, I love myself for who I am. This is the best affirmation, to be very honest. You just accept yourself and love yourself for whoever you are. But you can either do that affirmation or do another type of affirmation, which is like um, you know what is affirmations. I'll tell you what it is. Of course, everybody know it is the inner dialogue. Um, but let's say I'll take two pros and cons. Okay. My con is overthinking. My pro is constructive thinking, if I can say that. Okay, no, I can't say that right now. My pro is actually emotions. Like, whenever I trust my emotions, I think I do good. And I mean, I don't know, I feel good and stuff like that. Okay. Now, someone who thinks their con is emotions, they wouldn't recognize this. So I don't know if I can explain that to you. I can't. I won't be able to explain that to you. So just leave it. I have two pros and cons. Just imagine that I'm an overthinker at times, and I'm an emotionally connected type of a person. I connect with people. In my pro, right? If I like, when we are talking about self talk, what we do is, oh my god, I'm such an overthinker, that's such a bad thing, I shouldn't be thinking a lot, I should work on this, blah 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 blah. But what affirmations actually are supposed to be, it's not about like generic words, oh I love myself. Like, I know I gave you that as an example, but just listen to me what I'm trying to tell you right now. um or anything in the YouTube, like in the YouTube community, anywhere, whatever affirmations they give us, that's not supposed to be the affirmation. What affirmations are supposed to be is my actual pro. It's just the shift of perception. It is self-talk, you guys. Instead of saying, oh my god, I'm an overthinker, say to yourself, oh my god, I connect to someone emotionally in such a deep level. I love that connection. I love how I connect to people. I love the energy when I feel the other person. I love it how just we can just look into each other's eyes and we can just feel what's going on the other person's mind. I love how I when I respect the other person respects me too. I love how I just pick up on others' emotions and I can bond with them. I love to bond with people. That's the affirmations. You, my dear people, okay, we, instead of focusing on our negatives, we shift our focus to our positives. And this is the truth. Because if I tell you, I love myself the way I am, use it as an affirmation. You can use it, sure, but you'll be like, I don't believe that. You'll use it and you will not believe it. So there's no point. So instead of saying, I love myself for being an overthinker, because I don't believe that there has to be a reason for why we don't believe in certain things or why we do believe in certain things. Now, when I write this affirmation, I love myself for who I am. When I say that, oh my God, I do not believe this. I don't believe this because I'm an overthinker. I know that I hate being an overthinker. I am an overthinker and I can't help it. I hate this part of myself and I am that part of myself. That means I hate myself. So I do not believe in this affirmation. Instead of, you know, doing this, we do this, which is I love myself for who I am because I know I connect with people emotionally. And this feels so good. This is so rewarding. It's not rewarding materialistically, but it's just rewarding. I feel rewarded. I feel abundant. I feel like I've received everything because of that bond that I can share with other people. I'm so thankful to God for making me the way I am. I love myself for who I am. I love myself for being an emotional person. This has always worked for me and this will always work for me, I believe. There you go. There's your affirmation. You know, so again, don't use the generic affirmation. Do not even manipulate the generic affirmation for you, but make your own affirmations. Okay. And what ends up happening is our self love just increases. And once we just accept God and accept God's blessings and whatever they are giving. Now, what happens, God is always blessing us. Okay. I'll give you that. God is always blessing us with something or another. Now, sometimes, let's say, God has blessed me with a job offer. Now, the job offer that they are giving me is like, very less amount of money. So I can either go about it like, oh my God, this is like this 15K, and I don't want that. I want like something more. I want 25K. I can either take it that it's a what is the opposite of blessing? Is it curse? No, it's not. Oh, it's a bad luck. We'll just say it bad luck. Okay, it's a bad luck that I received this job. I can either say that or I can say that, whoa, okay, I'm one step forward. I know if this if I have let this person down, I know that I'm going to receive someone else. At least this has been my practice, to interview them and stuff like that. And I'm going to receive a job that I need. I don't know, like we can, when we tag things right, we make it worse in a way. Like, oh my God, this is a bad thing. We just, we just want it cut to cut. We want to name things or tag things right then and there. If we just resist that urge for a little bit longer, I wouldn't say that this is a bad thing right now. Let's just see where this goes. If I just have that outlook towards life, once I cross that path and once I do receive the job that I wanted with the finance, with the money that I needed, with the income, that I needed, I would be like, you know what? That thing was a blessing in my life, because my angels knew that I needed some practice for this job interview, and they gave me that job interview for the interview purpose. And wow, look at this! I'm over here. Boom! God has blessed me. God has blessed me all the time. God is blessing me right now, even though I do not understand it. Don't tag things. This is bad. This is bad. Like I'm someone. Again, I'm coming from my experience. I know how I do things. I tag everything as a bad experience right now. And I'm in that phase. Just resist that urge for a little bit. Do not tag it right now. Maybe this is bad. Maybe this is not. I'll see. I'll know it, but at the end. I'll just know it at the end. I'll connect the dots at the end. And I'll just wait for that end to click. Just be there. And then naturally, again, like when you're accepting God's blessings, you feel more loved, darlings. Don't you? You feel the love, and once you have reached the top, now what we used to do was just fulfill others. Like my friend came in, okay, take it from my cup. No, we do not have to do that now. What we have to do is the Ace of Cups over here with the Oprah Winfrey's verses. Okay, now once we do, if I find the link again now, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you in the description of Oprah's words. Okay. So once I do come over here, I don't settle for that. I'm like, I accept more blessings, God. Thank you so much, God, for all these things. I'm in love with my life, blah, 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 whatever. Like, it could be affirmations, it could be self work, blah, blah, blah. However you do it, it's your business, it's your life. Okay. Once you accept that love, what will happen? What happens when we just fill this cup with water or something? Just imagine the water is at the brim, right? We have filled it till the end, right? Till the whatever. So we have filled it. If I keep pouring the water, what will happen? It'll overflow, right? It'll keep on overflowing till the time that I'm filling it. Till the time I'm saying the affirmations, wow, I am wonderful the way I am. It keeps filling itself. It keeps fulfilling itself. It keeps overflowing. And now what we do is there's an overflowing amount of water coming out, right? There's this overflowing amount constantly coming out. And my friend comes in, they are like, oh, I need some help. I do not pour it. I let them take the water that is flowing out. You know, there's this water flowing out. I'm like, okay, hold on. You can take it. You can take it. I do not need that energy anymore because I have a lot more of it. I do not need that. You can take it. You can take this. Yeah. And you know what? When we are in this energy, we do not help others. We don't even feel like we are doing anything for others or anything like that. We just live our life. That's how shocking this beautiful experience is. We just live our life and we naturally help others, if you know what I mean. We just naturally, like, we don't even understand that we are doing that. We are helping others. They tell us, like, like the other person comes to us and then they are like, you know what, you helped me a lot. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize I did that. Did I do that? I wasn't thinking and doing that. I didn't. I just did it naturally with my heart. And I was just living my life and I naturally helped others. And naturally helped my mom, making her feel good. Okay, this is not just like helping others like physically, but also like emotionally. She was enlightened, kind of like not enlightened. Her mood was kind of lightened up. Yeah, I helped my mom, my friends. I was doing my work, but I was giving my 100% in my work. I was like we all know what this energy is all about. We all have experienced it at some point of our time, especially when we have a crush in our life, right? When we have a crush on someone, it's a new feeling, it's a wonderful feeling. We feel that overflowing love. And now, after having a lot of crushes and a lot of heartbreaks, we do not let that wonderful feeling come into us. We are like, no, 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 no. I would rather restrict feeling good because I know I might feel bad one day, you know. We restrict ourselves to feel good. Again, do not tag that, okay, this is a crush, this is going to be a crush only. Do not tag it that way. Let it flow, let it come to your heart. There's multiple occasions you can experience this self love. Multiple occasions. You do not have to search for it. You can do it by yourself, you can do it with the help of others. And this is what this card is all about. The love is overflowing your heart, and you are manifesting it in your life. Pile number one. The Six of Pentacles is not a person who is poor and giving others because they feel obliged to give others. The Six of Pentacles is a person who is rich, who understands, who is secured. The Six of Pentacles is a person who has a lot of money, who feels secured about their money in their heart, and therefore they are giving it to others. Therefore, they are like, okay, you know what? I do not need more. With the cup example, you know what? I do not need these overflowing amounts. You can take this. If I'm giving it to that cup, you can take it. You know what? I do not need all of these money in my life. I have a lot in my life already. I have like a lot in my life already, and I'm giving you a little bit. And I do not even feel like I'm giving it to others, but I am giving. And I don't think that I'm being fair. You are telling me that I'm being fair, and I'm grateful to know that you feel that. And you feel more good. You feel more good of how you have helped others without even meaning to help them, and things has just happened in a flow. Even someone in this tarot viewer is thinking something like that, like maybe how we help others with our YouTube videos or something like that. I don't know. Yes, and that's true. That's a good thing to think about. We just naturally do things, and that's okay. That's good. Okay, so this is where you're heading towards, because these are the last two cards, and I am going to continue this card reading after some time. We'll be back. I just need to take a little bit of break. We'll be back. Hey, I'm back now, and this is literally the next day. Now, I have two messages for you. One is angel number 555. I don't know who is watching it right now. Anyway, and another message is I just heard Dennis Lava makeup intro, which is hello, my lovely people. It kind of rang in my head. I know I'm not good at mimicking her voice, just I know some one of you is watching her videos, so I think that's why angels are like, yes, like, and they are just trying to pump you up. You are on the right pile, you are on the right pile, you are here, this is what you deserve. Okay, so in the last video we have discussed thoroughly about what is self-love and what it means to be in love with ourselves and then give to others, and how we can fulfill ourselves, etc. What angels are trying to tell you throughout this reading for you guys, and also this is the 10 of cups message for everyone. As I said in the intro earlier, you can check on the timestamp. The timestamp has like, I don't have any different timestamp for this card. This card is represented right when I was introducing the file, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so angels are trying to tell you, my dear pile number one, I know you're confused right now. You're confused what to do with your energy. You're confused what to do with the things that you have. Just a moment, please. Like, who should I invest in if it is a loving scenario? Should I be, there's this song Ariana Grande sung, Santa Tell Me If You're Really There. Don't make me fall in love with him if he won't be here next year. So I feel that you were in this state of life where you are trying to figure out who should you share your cup of love with, right? And angels are like, dear, dear, you are mistaking the whole concept of love. You're mistaking the whole concept of career, etc. Like, you can also be thinking about where should I invest myself, and as in like which company should I go for, etc. Like that is like your life. You know what these cups represent, which sector of your life it is representing right now. But angels are trying to tell you you have got it all mistaken, and you are going to figure it out, or maybe a lot of you have already figured it out because we have thoroughly discussed the last two cards first. You're going to figure it out um, what beauty the life actually holds and how limitless you actually are. You are not limited to a particular set of time, particular set of energy, or anything like that, or particular set of exposure. The other day, I was thinking, I didn't share it in the video, but I was thinking about it, that this world is my gift from the universe. This could be something that this is definitely, I mean, like this is definitely something that my angels want to tell sorry, the angels want you to know as well. The world is your gift, the world is your blessings. What do I mean by that? Somehow we us associate ourselves with certain things, like these are my parents, these are my family, this is my nationality, this is where I'm born, etc. Like this is my education, blah blah blah, you can name it. Now these things are kind of important, yes, but do not, like it kind of it makes us understand who we are, and makes us like be in this awareness kind of state. And also it's kind of important to have these type of interactions with the human. So if my nationality matches with others nationality, I can have that type of a conversation with them. If my nationality is different from that of others, we can have exposure in terms of communication. So knowing who we are is kind of like, obviously it's a good deal, but somehow we end up tying ourselves to these knots. We end up thinking that this is who we are, this is what life has given to me, this is the family, this is the friendship, this is the kind of relationships life has given to me, this is the place life has made me born in. But you know what, that was like, this is kind of the mentality that uh, this section, this like 0.01 section of the whole earth, okay, not even whole universe, I'm talking about whole earth, this section of whole earth is something of mine, and this section is the blessing from the universe. So let me tell you, that's not true. Just break the bounds and the whole earth is of yours. If I am, let's say I've never traveled to Italy before, and I have this feeling of just living there, of being, um, you know, living there for the rest of my life. And I've never even traveled in my whole life. I have been over here since my childhood, and this is a major change. Yes, it's a major change, but again, the whole world is my gift. That means I can travel anytime I want. It's about It's about me. It's about what I associate with. Whatever I associate myself with becomes my frequency, my vibrations. If you have listened to these terms in the terms of law of attraction and motivational coaches, etc., so you know how frequencies work is what we associate ourselves with. So if I'm someone who is earning, I don't know, I can't give this example, but I'm earning very less and I can't even afford to purchase a car. Okay. Let alone like the very, very, even the cheapest car I cannot afford, or even the two wheelers, I'm not able to afford it. A bike or a scooter, right? I'm not able to afford that. And my income is like really low. But again, that's what I associate with myself with, which is like, yeah, money is there. Yes, money is being printed. Yes, money is distributed to a lot of people. Yes, some people have millions of dollars, and yes, everyone has different share of money. And my share is this much. That's what we associate ourselves with. This is not the gift from the God. The gift from the God is you have the access to everything. You have the access to the world. And that's what you're mistaken with. You're mistaken thinking that these are the only options that you have. These 7 options are the only thing that you have. And you have to pick wisely what you got to do. But angels are telling you, just let that thought die. Just let that thought die out, because you deserve everything. If you want, and if you associate with things, which is like, if you think that you believe, like if you think that you deserve to have all these 7 cups, you can have all those 7 cups. If you think that you deserve none of these cups, but you want a bigger, larger, something really, really worth it, some grand cup, you can get that. Even if that is not something that you can perceive right now, you cannot see it, you cannot, but you can manifest it. Why? Because it exists. Money is something that exists. Okay, good guy or good girl is someone that exists, and you just have to access them. And that's the gift from the universe, that's the gift from God, that's the gift from your spirits to you. Angels are letting you know, angels are reminding you that this is your gift. The world is your gift. If you want to stay on earth, stay on earth. If you want to manifest staying on another planet, you can do that too. If you want money, sure. If you want love, sure, why not? It exists. It's about, we tie ourselves into this pattern, like with our inner dialogue itself, right? A lot of people, a lot of you guys are into, not just into law of attraction. Actually, someone are like into the deeper stuffs. Maybe you are reading something like Think and Grow Rich, or some sort of self-help book that actually goes deeper into these subjects. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that could be that. Or um, what else? There's this Bob Proctor videos that some of you might be associated with that, and some of you have listened to the workshop and stuff like that. So it's not that you know about just affirmation, visualization and stuff like that, but you are aware of what is frequency. That's the energy I received from you. I did. Okay. Okay. And I just wanted to let you know what, start having gratitude in your life. Right, the things that you are grateful for today. Like, it could be anything, it could be the smallest thing, it could be the biggest thing, but you have to be grateful for it. Okay, it's not me or anyone else who will tell you what you should be grateful for. Whatever you are grateful for, you will write that. And I have a diary that I write about what I'm grateful for. Sometimes I write it because I feel like writing it, sometimes I do not feel like writing at all. I feel like I'm just faking. I would be faking it if I would write anything in this diary. I just don't. Sometimes I write tons of things. Sometimes I just, I just don't write any, like a lot of things. I write like a couple of things or something. I have even wrote one thing per day for what I was grateful for. Now, why the gratefulness is important is because, like, I have seen one video where the person was, like sharing about their experience, about how their life was before, and how they've showed a little bit of clips about. This is Matty um, from YouTube channel. So they showed a little bit of clips of them being sad and then their life transformed, and now they are living the things, doing things that they have never dreamt of before. So that that was like, okay, I mean, like, it's a transformational story, everything is good, it's an inspirational story. And then I saw one more video from hers or him or them. Okay, why am I saying this? Because if you know her, if you don't know that person's channel, you know Matty doesn't like to be um, gender based. I think I don't think like they are okay with us calling them whatever we want to call them. Okay. Um. Now there was another video where they were showing the clips of their true love, and in those both of those videos, I just saw and felt the gratefulness they have towards their success, the gratefulness they have towards their love life, right? And let me tell you just my experience. I'm not going to put this on you, okay? If I, if I was someone who was receiving any type of things right now, whatever I'm receiving, I am not happy with it. I'm like, oh my god, this is not a good thing right now. I mean, like, even if like someone says hi to me, I'm like, oh shit, why are they saying hi to me? And then if someone is not saying hi to me, I'm like, oh my god, why didn't they say hi to me? So I'm not in that phase right now, but I feel grateful. And I just felt that energy from them, that they were grateful for everything. And I would definitely start the diary for gratefulness once again, because it's been, I guess, 2 years that I don't write anything. And right now I need it. um, Not that I'm not grateful for anything at all, but then I've just understood that I'm, a lot more moody these days. Okay, so if you are there, okay, it's not like their life is not different than that of us, right? Of course, materialistically, their life is, a little bit different. Like they have achieved different things than that of us, but their attitude towards life is like, oh my god, I'm not taking this thing for granted. Even though this is not what I have ever dreamt of, but still, this is awesome. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I'm so grateful for this. And I would have never thought that I would get in, like, be in love with such a wonderful person. And I am so grateful for this. That's their attitude towards life that attracted me towards their videos. I was not attracted towards their videos because it's like, you know, um, they were not, like, I don't know. So yeah, so basically, I'm going to do that, which is like attitude, affirmation thing. If you want, you can join me. Okay. I mean, like, in a different plane, of course. Like, I'm not going to show it in the videos that I'm going to do this or something like that. I'm not going to connect to you while I'm doing it or something. Actually, I think, like, for the community's sake, we can do that. But I don't feel like my channel has grown a little. Like, I don't know. I'll just stick with this tarot right now, okay? So yes, that was the reading for you, and we are going to see one oracle, what my angels want to tell you from this deck, if there's anything at all. Okay. Oh, okay. butterfly. Whoa, this is such an important card. Okay, so why I made this card was such an important. There's an important message now. Everyone knows I've tried to draw a cat and a butterfly. So everybody knows how. If you know about cats, they are someone who just chases everything that moves, and they chase butterflies as well. Now with the butterfly being a, a bigger diagram over here, I just wanted to share a message. Do not give importance to others or others words more than your words. Like, do not compromise on it. Especially this is for the spiritual gurus. So if like sometimes when we listen to certain spiritual gurus, we just lose it. We are like, oh my god, I don't know how how great they are or something like that, and that's good in a way. But we should always trust our intuition first and then the other people. And this message for you guys is literally saying, do the affirmations, yes, but do not do the affirmations that are on the internet. Do the affirmation for yourself. Okay, and the affirmation example that I gave you. You customize your affirmation. Nobody else can do that. Okay. Um, Other than that, I do not see a lot of things. Yeah, but you are set out on the journey by yourself, and these challenges are yours, and their challenges, whatever person you are following, their challenges are different. So we can't compare, we can't say that their methods are going to work for us, or even my methods might not work for you. Whatever advice this tarot has given and I have given about about the gratefulness, right? About the thank you affirmations, whichever I was telling you right now, may not work for you. Whatever works for you, only you know better about this, and you will know it. You will know it in your thought form. Okay, mostly it is going to come, it is going to, you are going to have a download as if you're thinking these things, and that thought is going to lead you towards the death of all these, I think, karmic ties and karmas, and you are going to create your new life, and that life is towards abundance, and I'm so happy for you. So be in the present moment as well for those of you who needs this. Okay, so this was the reading for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below whether you enjoyed it, whether you liked it. This video for me, it was like a little bit lengthier than that of what I've imagined, but I was still like, I don't regret it. Let me know who, give a thumbs up in the comment section. Okay, not in the like section. Give a thumbs up in the comment section to let me know that you have watched this video till the end. Okay, thank you for watching. Namaste, goodbye. Hello guys, those of you who chose pile number 2, this pink card, we are going to start with your reading. And before that, I have already shared what this 10 of cups means for every one of you um in this section where I'm introducing you the piles. So if you have not watched that, you can watch that if you are feeling drawn towards it, because that's like a powerful message over there. Okay, um it's like a very sweet, sweet message from angels, actually. Oh, okay. Hmm. So it was not a surprise that I came across the song Cinderella's Dead Now today. Today, right before the reading. You know what I'm talking about. You do know what I'm talking about. I am so happy for you guys, okay? Now, for most of you, I am receiving a gender based message, which is um, a female is coming through because there's an Empress and the Queen of Cups. But since we have the Hierophant, this doesn't have to mean that it's a female, okay? It could mean This is a divine feminine, okay, or I wouldn't say divine actually. A feminine energy. There's a feminine energy coming through, and they transform into a masculine energy. Okay, this is a wonderful message. So, what my spirit, what your spirits are trying to tell you is, if you are asking, what should I do, spirit? What should I do? What should be my next move? I'm heartbroken. I'm desperate. I'm desperate to get out of these chains. Tell me now, what should I do? Angels are telling you, whatever you are doing right now, even the inactions are counted right here, okay? Whatever you are doing right now, you are on the right path. This is not an advice based message. This is a prediction based message. That means it doesn't matter what you're doing right now, you are not going to f things up. You cannot do it. Now, the path that you are going through is, yes, it is a strugglesome path, but who said that struggles are bad? These struggles are leading you to a good way, and my struggles in my life have led me to a good path. So I know that struggles were never bad, emotions were never bad. I don't know why society has portrayed it that way, but just a reminder for all of my lovely people here, it's not the case. Okay, just a moment. Okay, now, so let's begin with the Empress. So you were a divine feminine, okay, which is a good energy, which is 100% a good energy, um, and someone who is nurturing, caring. Although, just because someone is nice doesn't mean that they do not have to balance things out, right? A feminine, a divine feminine, like, we cannot always be emotional, right? That's like, we have to be sometimes emotional, sometimes we have to be logical, and that is kind of intercepted over here, which is like logic intercepting the mind, sorry, the mind intercepting the heart. That's the energy over here, because the source energy is all about thoughts, right? So that's the balance that you are learning right now by number two. You are a sweet, sweet soul. You are a maybe girlish girl, okay? You are someone who believes in love with the pink color, rose quartz color, okay? You believe in love. You have blindly actually believed in love. One of you is a Pisces as well. Do not take the signs into consideration, but I'm just picking it up. And you have given everything to the other person, they have not respected you. But you, being the Empress, know your value. Now, just because you know your value, just because you know whom to cut, like, there are people who doesn't deserve your time and they need to be cut off from your life, it doesn't mean that you have not struggled emotionally. The pain is still there, okay, for what they have done. And it's kind of like you're still thinking about, why did this happen to me in the first place? Did I do anything wrong? Can I do something that will make difference in my life? Will that incident or that um um okay, there's a message coming through that is a little bit of trigger warning, so just just remove the earphones. If you're listening in the earphones, mute it if you want to. I'll give you a thumbs up, then you can mute it. Like, put the earphones again, okay? Like, mute it right now. Take out the earphones right now. I'll give you some time. Don't worry. Okay. I've had this crazy dream today that I was being raped, and um I don't know, when I said incident, that dream just flashed in my vision, like, very quickly. And I believe that some of you have been the victim of that. I'm so sorry for that, guys. I'm so sorry for that. We are just calling other people out by giving them the thumbs up, put the earphones back, come back. I don't know. For those of you who needed to notice. Okay. So just because you came out of it, out of that physical circumstances, out of that toxicity, doesn't mean that that toxicity has not imprinted you a little bit. There's still, it's like something has hurted you, something has bruised you, and was keeping on bruising you and was keeping on hitting you, okay? And then you are like, okay, you know what? Cut it out. I'm not interested in you anymore. I'm not taking this S in my life anymore. And then you cut that incident or that person away from you. And like, so the constant beating has stopped, yes, but the bruise is still there, right? That's the energy I'm receiving for you guys. The bruise is still there. Right now you're like very protective of your emotions, and that's for good. Of course, this is for your own good. You're like, you know what, I'm not going to be emotionally vulnerable for towards others. I know that I put my heart on my sleeves. I'm not even going to think about my crush anymore. I'm not going to think about anyone anymore. I'm not going to give anyone any chance. I'm not going to trust any single person in the universe. So I think that's the extreme that I'm sensing from this Queen of Cups for you guys. Although there's also this wish in your heart, or maybe these babies are your babies. I don't know. There's this wish in your heart that you would love to have babies in your life, and what about that? What about having a family? What about, having babies in my life? Will I never have a family? That's kind of the energy too that I'm sensing for you guys. Like, you are thinking about these stuffs, right? Also, we have Two of Wands. That's also representing the same thing. And for others of you with the Hierophant and two people over here, I'm sensing that you have two children and both of them are in your custody, I guess. Um, if that's the case, I mean, like, you are thinking, what about them? Like, of course, I will, guard my emotions and not give any toxic person any chance for my children. But will they have a good future without a good, loving family environment? There's some kind of thought that is happening in your life, but you know what? You're going to manage it just fine, and your children are going to grow old really, really healthy and good, and you're going to be able to do that actually. Partially, I believe that this is your efforts that is helping the kids out, but also partially, I feel that angels are there to help you out. Like, sometimes you won't be able to give your 100% to your babies, but then there's like, I don't know, somehow your babies will manage with each other, and that somehow coincidences are not the coincidences in my eyes. That's literally what angels are telling you, that you know what, we are looking after them. Especially Archangel Metatron. You can pray to him if you feel like it, but Archangel Metatron is the angel who does look after babies. So I feel a strong sense of, they are going to be fine. Yes, they are going to have their hardships because there are two babies over here as well. I don't know, two people, two babies, two, youngsters over here, and two grown ups because they are like bald and stuff. So I think they are grown ups. You know what I mean, right? They are going to grow old very happily. They might have their own teenage years, and you don't have to worry about their teenage years at all. They are going to be teenagers when they are teenagers. We were all there we were all like exploring the world, and we were all trying things out, and eventually they'll come to the right path, and eventually they themselves will think about what is right for them and all that. And but they are going to help themselves out. In that case, you don't have to worry about anything in the world, nothing. Your angels are there. Trust me. I don't know if you can feel it, but I know I can feel it. I know that your angels, I don't know, I just feel it, the angels are looking after your child or children. Hello guys, I'm actually back, and this is the next day that I'm continuing this film because there was some issues and I had to address that issue, and I'm back the next day. So I don't know whether you can see it, but yeah. Anyway, I think mostly we have covered up everything. Um, but yes, to sum it up, angels are like, for a moment I was like completely, I forgot what was reading, where was I, and I just, angels reminded me what I was talking about, with these two people's energy. Like someone is worried about their babies. Even if you're not pregnant right now, you are thinking about, what about my future child? Like even if I do end up being pregnant one day, what will happen to that children, so whatever the case is, your children is safe, and you don't have to worry about them. I wouldn't worry because angels has your back. Okay. So that's a very big positive news. Congratulations. um Other than that, just give me a second. The transformation you are going through is from divine feminine to divine masculine. So earlier you were like a divine feminine and the empress, you were expressing yourself. This is not a gender based message, by the way. You were expressing yourself, you were more emotional, you were more, receptive, going with the flow, you were more accepting of anything that God has blessed you with, and also you were accepting of any behavior the people are giving to you. And something happened, and you were like, no, I do not like this anymore. This nature of mine is not serving me right. Okay, this has to change. I have to mellow down a little. From being the empress, that is the major arcana, you come down to queen of cups. Now queen of cups is an interesting energy where the person is emotional. Yes, they emotionally care about the other person. Yes, but they are guarding their emotion. Why? Because this, in the cups suit, this is the only cup that has lid on top of it. This is the only cup that is covered completely, and this is the only cup, ironically, that is like the largest cup. So queen of cups is a woman who is emotionally matured. And if you know what is the difference between king of cups and queen of cups, that's such an interesting energy for me. I don't know why, but this always gives me like a goosebumps or lightning kind of a feeling. When a woman matures, she understands whom to share certain things with and whom not to share certain things with. That's why the lid is closed. And whenever she feels like opening up with her emotions, she will open the emotions, the cup, or she will open the cup. But until the time that the other person has not gained her trust, she would not do that. Now, whereas on the other hand, I want to mention about the King of Cups as well. The person, a man, is matured, a masculine energy. Actually, this is not a man. Actually, this is the masculine. Those who has masculine energy dominant in them, they, when they emotionally matures, they understand that they do not have to bottle up their emotions anymore. They can open it up, and that's why their cup is always open. They are like generous. They are king. That means they are vulnerable towards any and everyone around them, and that's their maturity. That's the masculine's maturity, and this is the maturity of a feminine. So you have downgraded in a way, but also upgraded in a way, if you know what I mean. So this is in your spiritual path, you have upgraded and you are moving towards divine masculinity, and that's why you are mellowing down your divine femininity, and you are thinking about all the things that had hurted you in the past, all the things that your nature didn't serve you right. Some of you has read the Personality Plus kind of a book that I've read a Personality Plus book a long time ago, and then I took a test, and there was um this is a personality quiz. There's a personality quiz, and she's just basically explaining in the whole book what type of personality you are and how to develop your nature and stuff like that. And so that's like a self-development type of a book. And there's a personality type called peaceful phlegmatic, and I believe that you guys, some of you, at least 20% of you, are peaceful phlegmatic, where you are, I don't know. I can't explain that energy to you. You can Google it up if you are interested. You can Google peaceful phlegmatic, PHALAGMATIC, something like that. You can Google it up, and then it will show you what that means. And trust me, that is going to resonate with you. You're doing that. Do that, because that's going to help you out. But yes, so you've had a peaceful phlegmatic kind of a nature, and then you were mostly nurturing and accepting of the other person, and that didn't work out for you, and then you ended up getting hurt, and you were like in this part of life where you're thinking, oh my god, this nature of mine has hurt me, and even though I was, a divine feminine, that didn't serve me well. And you have this strong devil energy. Actually comes from, okay, it roots from the energy to escape the reality, just disregarding the reality, if you know what I mean. So that was the energy you were in for a long time, which is like, you know what, I was hurt, and then you were thinking about all the things that has hurted you by the move too, and then that was not serving you right, that was hurting you a lot. So you came into this devilish energy, and devilish energy doesn't have to be like a big energy. Some people, find the escape from their life through sex. Some people find it through alcohol or any type of addictives. Some people find it through a lot of eatings of the food. I have seen that as well. And for you guys, I'm seeing it from the phone scrolling thing. Okay, so you just scroll through your phone, or watch a lot of bunch of movies, or watch bunch of Netflix series one after the other, and then you just don't give yourself a space of time to just think about all the things that it has hurted you. And this is also the fact that you are on the right path, because that again, you're trying to heal yourself. File number two, even whether you know it or not, that's not the case. You are doing that. That's the case. Okay, you are doing that. You are healing yourself, and you're doing whatever you think is best for you. And one day will come that you will find the distractions. And for also I have to mention this, sometimes we also use tarot readings on YouTube for distractions. I have done that. That means you watch another person's tarot channels as a form of distractions. Whenever I'm thinking a lot about something, I'll just open tarot readings, and then I'll just click on that topic that I do not think about, that topics that I do not care about. And when I do watch that tarot reading, I'm like a little bit distracted, I'm off track of whatever I was overthinking about, and I feel good enough, right? And that's what you are going to feel about yourself. You are going to feel not only peaceful. First of all, you are going to feel peaceful, you are going to feel detached from that thought. And that's why there's this shift in the energy, right? These cards has come in the lower parts, and these cards are in the upper parts. I mean, there's no difference, these are all your file and your cards itself, but still the energy has shifted. You have changed the path because of this behavior, and it's only helping you out in a way. And um it's like once, and then you distract yourself enough to, now for example, you have distracted yourself using Netflix series, right? And once you have done that, you are now in a phase of life where you were thinking about the mysteries or thriller series that you were watching on Netflix. You were thinking about that for a little while, and then you went back to your thoughts, and then this thought didn't affect you a lot. Okay, it felt like you were aloof. Now there is a lot of distance between you now and the hurt that you have experienced in the past. Either which ways, that was very different, and that was still, this is still the past pain, but the way that it was affecting you in your head, that was like too much. And now you can feel the distance. And now that you feel the difference, okay, now that you feel the distance, now that you are not affected by the Three of Swords energy, you have enough time to think what to do next. But you're organically thinking what to do next. You are not forcing yourself to think what to do next. And there's a big difference in both of these things. You naturally have that peace in your heart. Just wait for this time, okay? Don't take this as an advice. Do not take anything as an advice, okay? Um, just let this space of your life, let it come, okay? Okay. So this will naturally come in your life where you're just peaceful, where you'll just feel detached with your life. You'll feel like, yeah, that was the pain that I gone through, right? That was just trauma I went through. Wow, so strange. I feel so numb. I don't feel very, attached towards it anymore, as if someone has given me some painkillers or something. I don't know, I just don't feel it. Even though I remember that was my pain. But yeah, I mean, still, I mean, like, the way I was affected back then, I mean, like, I was all crying, I messed up, and now I'm like, why was I messed up again? I don't get it. You will be in that phase, and once you'll be in that phase, you will be like, it feels like the chapter has already closed down. And the hurt that was there in your head, like, already you have moved on from your body, right? You have moved away from the toxicity that was not serving you right. But this was the energy of the emotional, this is the energy of emotional moving on, if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes even if we are not in that situation, we still think about that situation, and that's what this card represented. Because there is 10 of swords, there's this cutting off, there's this detaching from the toxic energy physically. Even if you have moved on, still there were thoughts, three of swords, and now the thoughts have been distracted, and now you are like, you don't need any distraction. You're not even thinking about that thoughts anymore. It's like you're in your life, the page has flipped, a new brand new chapter has opened, and you can see very clearly that this chapter, whatever, imagine there is a big book in front of you, right? And the page has just flipped, and you see that the whole page is blank. That's what you feel in Two of Swords and Two of Wands energy. And when you even like flip all the books, all the pages of your future life is completely blank. It is blank. You can create yourself as whoever you want. Your personality changes. It's not like just your life changes, or your friend cycle change, or your, like, your house doesn't. It's not that your house is changing. Your friend cycle is changing. Your, boyfriend or partner is changing. Your marriage partner is changing. It's not like that. You change. You get to decide who you become as a character, as a main character of your life. And you feel this peace in your heart. You are not worried if, like, you have the right to give yourself the same character as before, and have no negative consequences about it, and you still feel free to write your character as a different person, as a divine masculine. You are free over here, okay? With the Two of Wands, you are free 100%. No bondage, nothing. Nothing is holding you back. The devil in this case has helped you. And I have made a video, Devil versus Angel. I don't know whether you can watch that video. But then that's not the tarot readings. I am talking on that. So I don't know whether you would be interested in that. But both of them, basically what I've said is devil also helps us and angel also helps us. This time the devil has helped you. If it was not for them, you would be still hurt and you would not be able to move on. But yes, the energy of devil has completely detached and you are completely free. You're free from past, you're free from past pain, of course. You're free from the complete experience of your past. I wouldn't be surprised if you change yourself physically. You know, your complete dressing attire. You could be girly girl, and then now you're, if you're a girl, that is, now you'll be like, a tomboyish type of a girl. I don't know. Your you change, your dressing style change, the way you make eye contact to the other person changes. And it's also the example of the dressing was just an example. Don't take that personally. Okay, don't take anything personally. Do not take it as an advice in any way, shape, or form. Nothing is an advice over here. Angels are saying you are in the right path. This is what's going to happen. This is the blessing you are moving towards. And if you're thinking, oh my God, I must have written my new personality based on the past experiences because in past this personality didn't serve me right. Obviously, that's why I'm moving towards divine masculine, right? No, no, nope, not at all. 0%. This energy is so pure, so detached. It's you, 100% you that decides what you get to become. You're not leading towards anything. You're not leading towards the pain that you have had in the past because you have completely detached from the pain. There's no pain affecting you. There's no fears affecting you. There's nothing holding you back from going back to your own personality. It's you who decide to be in this state of life. And only you know why you decide this. Maybe you decided just for fun. Wow, a brand new chapter. I can be whoever I want. That's so amazing, God. I would love to create this new personality of mine that I've never been before. I would love to try to live two different lives in one life itself. You can do that. This could be as big as, you know, I don't know why. I'm sensing the okay, I don't know, just a disclaimer, this could not be the message that everyone wants to hear. I don't know whether it's a trigger warning or anything, but if you are not comfortable with the message, you will just feel it. Oh no, maybe this is not what I should listen to it. You'll just feel that way. If you're not comfortable, take off your earphones. I'll give you a thumbs up. You can put that back. Take it out now. Okay, what I was about to say is some of you might have some kind of genital, I think, operation. I'm not sure if I'm referring to it right, but basically you'll just change your gender. Yeah, that's the energy. For some of you, of course, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but just wanted to put it out there. But you'll change your life. It's because you would love to. would love to. Okay, there's the difference. I hope I can explain this energy to you, but some of you is still not getting what energy two of wands represent, the freedom that two of wands is giving off, the vibes of freedom. It's not easy to understand, and I get it, of course. um so I won't force it upon you or something. So let me know in the comments down below who got the energy of the freedom. Okay, if you did, good for you. If not, it's okay. We are going to see an oracle card for you guys. I don't know, my angels just said to take one oracle. Some of you is going to detach from God or are detached from God. They're like, no, I don't believe in no God. But not in a negative way, not in a disrespectful way. You're just you're just not into it. And that's okay, no problem. And that's not going to stop you in any way. If you're worried that, I do not pray anymore, or something related to prayer or something like that, maybe God will not love me, maybe God will not give me enough, or just because I don't love God, they are not giving me the blessings, etc. Don't worry about it. This is not this is not in your see. The abundance that God gives us has nothing to do with our prayers. And I know this might be something that is like controversial for someone, because the religious practices says that you have to pray in order to get blessings, but that's not true. It's not. The blessings, I know, as a tarot reader, at least I've felt this energy for a lot of the people over here, that whether you pray to God or not, you will still be blessed. Okay, it's like I don't know, it's like parents, you know. The God's energy always comes off as parents' energy. If you want to disregard your parents, if you want to say that no, my parents doesn't love me, or you want to believe that, um, anything, if you want to fight with your parents, for example, right? That doesn't change the fact that they are still your parents, right? And if you even if you say that no, my parents are strict, they do not love me, but still, whenever you get sick, they will be there for you. Whenever they feel that okay, this is the time that my children needs me, my child needs me, they will be there for you. Why are they there for you if they do not love you? It's just their love language is different than ours. Our expectations are different than reality, and that's why we feel the friction. But the love is always there. God's love is always there. This is like, even if it is in reverse, it doesn't matter. And even if you believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. If you pray to God or not, it doesn't matter. If you're worried about, I don't know, if God will be angry with you. I mean, I'm so sorry. I as a channeler, okay, I channel energy of gods and angel and stuff, right? I as a channeler sometimes still think that, oh my god, this will piss angels off, or this will piss off the gods or something like that, whenever they, I don't know, whenever I feel like I have done something wrong or something like that. But when I channel their energy, I'm like, oh my god, you were not angry. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love you. I'm in that energy, like as a channeler, still I am anxious whether they will love me or not, or whether they will bless me or not. So I understand your anxiousness actually. But trust me, their love is not going to change for you. They are still going to love you abundantly. You just have to close your eyes and just feel them. Okay, try to feel them right now if you would love to. Pause the video. My energy is with you. Pause the video. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And tell your God that I would love to feel your energy, God. I would love to feel your love. and just let the images flow in. Let the um, if you're having images, if you're having ringings in your ear, if you're having feelings in your body, like I have goosebumps, right? I have feelings most of the time. If you're having even this knowing that yes, I know, I just feel it. I don't know why. I just feel like my God loves me. I just felt that energy. Even if I can't define it, that's okay to do that. Okay? That will definitely help you. Thank you for watching the video. Namaste. Goodbye. I mean, yes, your reading is done. Pile number 2. Bye. On to pile number 3. We are seeing over here pile number 3 with blue card. This is you. This is you. Okay. And in the pile selection option, I have explained what this card means. This card is representing all 3 of your piles. So just watch that. I would recommend that because it's not going to take a long time anyway. It's going to take like a couple of minutes, So, in not while I'm shuffling the cards, while I have already shuffled the cards, and you can see it in the description, pile selection, you know, type of whatever I've written. You can see that. Okay. So we are going to see what your spirits are trying to tell you. We have 3 of Swords, 6 of Cups. It's literally like with these 2 energies, I'm sensing that you have had a heartbreak because you are about to meet your soulmate. I'm literally saying that. We have 8 of Cups. But let's see what other cards are coming through, right? Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oh man. 5 of Pentacles. Someone left you. Okay, you have given a lot to some person, right? And then they abandoned you when you needed them. 3 of Pentacles. This could be platonic relationship, which is like office colleagues or friends or mutual friends. Okay, not even friends, but yeah. 4 of Cups. Some of you has mistaken someone to be your soulmate, but they were not. That's one of the energy I'm receiving. And I know I have said this message earlier with the I love you card, saying that your angels love you. But again, your angels love you, okay? While I was explaining the 10 of Cups, I have said that. Okay, let me understand what all these cards mean and I'll begin. Okay, honestly, I'm not able to get the hang of it because it doesn't make any sense to me. So we are going to ask angels what the cards, if there is any clarifier for every card. So we are going to ask for that. There came a logical person in your life with whom you thought that you would have a stability finally, but that ended up in a breakup. Is this right, angels? Okay. And then universe gave you a justice by giving you a soulmate in your life. Okay, wonderful. I believe that this soulmate is not a romantic relationship. Am I right? Yes, this is not a romantic relationship. This is a platonic relationship. This could be, what is it? Friendship or something like that. But yes, it could also be, by the way, a lot of soulmates, nobody talks about it. A lot of our soulmates are actually our teachers or gurus or something like that. So just take a look for that if there is anyone who is your guru or something. But yes, they have helped you move on. Am I right? Yes, I am right. I'm so sorry. I'm literally not getting the energy from here. I'm not feeling the vibes of these cards. I'm like, I don't know, this has happened after a real long time. When I was beginning to do tarot readings, that's when I could never feel the cards. I could just see the cards and their interpretation, and then I would just say the interpretations. Um, right now, I'm not feeling anything through this. I don't know what's wrong. Is it your energy, pile number three? Are you someone who feels dead inside, or someone who is just numb? I don't know. There was this song, uh, something like numb. I don't know. But I'll I'll let you know later on. I'll pin it in the comments for pile number three. But what I'm sensing is yeah, you move on from that relationship. You kind of have this courage because of this person being in your life. Now, moving on from this relationship is two-sided, two-faceted. So one thing is building yourself up. Now, this happened a lot of times in my spiritual experience as well. Like angels help me build myself up emotionally and materialistically as well, like career wise, financially, etc. So they want me to feel secured, and once I feel secure, safe, or my basic needs are fulfilled, right, everything that my root chakra needs at this time, my basic needs are fulfilled, then my angels move forward with the headspace. Okay, my mind thoughts, okay, they move on to that space, and then they are like, you know what, now that you are physically safe and now the current situation is stable enough, you can go back, think about your past, and just heal yourself completely, heal your inner child and stuff like that. So that's the energy that your guru has worked towards. They obviously they helped you move on, you have emotionally moved on with the eight of cups, and you have built yourself by number three. You have built yourself in a queen of wands energy. You have uh, this amazing career, you are happy with your career, you have plants in your house, you feel very positive when you reach house. Maybe you have done some feng shui or vastu in your house, and that's what is helping you out. You have some pets, or I don't know, whatever the energy is, you have some type of positivity in your house, and also you have positivity in your career life, in your personal life, especially in terms of motivation. You feel like before this you never felt motivated to even wake up, and now you feel like you have purpose to wake up every single day. That's the energy I'm receiving with the queen of wands. You have this power and you understand this power. Maybe you're walking straighter, you're breathing deeper and stuff like that. That's the energy too. And also, when I'm saying this, I am channeling Madeline Reinhardt. So one of you or some of you is related to them, also, or maybe are watching the videos. Now, one more thing, I have channeled right before shuffling, sorry, um right before yeah, shuffling these cards, I guess. I don't know, before starting the pile number three in general, is this song from Madeline Bailey. The song was The Best Way to Deal with Hate. So I think you are trying to deal with the hate that your ex has provided to you, and that ex, or it could not just even be a romantic ex, this could be a social media, or a social media ex, or something like that. Not like you were in relationship with someone in social media, but I'm saying like social media comments, that could be it, or something else. Anything this three of swords mean and represent to you, pile number three. You are you're like trying to heal from their energy, and their energy was kind of running after you, and you were trying to run away from them. That's the energy I'm receiving. Even though they were ex, you have broken up with them, you're like living your life, and then they call you back again. The Dua Lipa song is coming in my head. One, don't pick up the phone, I'm drunk and alone too. Okay, what's this, okay, so there too the energy is like the girl is hanging out, she's just happy and thriving. The guy, when the guy gets drunk and alone, that's the lyrics of the words, right? So they call her, okay, and then they're like, you know what, I want you back, blah blah blah. They have sex, and then the guy is like poof, they moved on once again. So that's the energy I'm receiving, but kind of in a different way. They might be, yes, your ex might be on and off, of course, but mostly you are trying to run away because you understand that this person is toxic. Okay, you are running away from them and they are running towards you, and that's so scary for you right now. And that has happened for a little bit of the time, but uh, now that you have met your soulmate and you have emotionally moved on from them, and you have also had enough space from that person, like this person is like a long um, what is it, it's an old news, okay. Now you're thriving, you're alone. Now, as I said earlier about the root chakra incident in my life, that's something that is happening in your life. Maybe that's why you are here to ask spirits what the dash is going on, because I sense H2 and F2. what the, what is going on? Okay, it could be H or F, whatever, whoever you are. Now, you're like, I've moved on from them. I've done the work. I've moved on. I've built myself. Why am I going back to that situation? Why am I? And there's anger in you too, for some of you, of course. Why am I like once I have moved on, once I have like worked with the self healing and stuff, why is it still pulling me back? Why do I have to force myself to move forward? Why is it so difficult? God, I don't want to go back again. Please help me. That's the energy I'm receiving. Okay. But you moving on was, yes, it was kind of emotional. Like you have emotional, there is two types of moving on that we do. One is we physically move on, and another one is we emotionally move on. Mostly we physically move on first, and then it is followed by emotional moving on. In your case, you have physically moved on first, of course, and then you have emotionally moved on. And now that you have built yourself up, right, your angels actually want you to, your spirit actually want you to go back and think about the times, okay, not to hurt you, but to make you, give you the realization about what has happened. Again, there's of course, this is a painful process to do the inner child healing. Um, but trust me, once how you know that you have done the inner child healing is when you go back to your past, and then you're like, you do think about them, but then you are not affected by that. Now you are affected, now you're triggered, and when you're triggered, you know for sure that there's some type of healing that is left to be done. Okay. And again, this type of healing is always something that angels never put upon you when you are unhappy or when you are not doing well. If you're emotionally not doing good or anything like that, angels will never bring these things up in your life. They will always let you focus in the present, so that you can move forward, right? And if at all these thoughts would have come in your past, okay, when you were struggling, especially during this time, then there wouldn't have been, okay, there's a trigger warning. If you can listen to it if you are interested in it. There's just a small message, actually, it's not even a big message. But you can remove the earphones if you're not interested in the trigger message. I'll give you a thumbs up and then you can put it back. Okay, I do not sense that anyone has removed their earphones. You can remove their earphones if you're not interested in listening to the triggered message that I'm about to say right now. Okay, so the triggered message is, if these thoughts have been something that you would have had during this phase of your life, before you were even successful or before you have even carried yourself, pulled yourself together, then this is the phase of time that we are like fragile, and we might even get suicidal, or we might even suicide, if a lot of things, if a lot of these thoughts does come in our face. Now, I'm not saying anything, I'm not commenting about suicidal thoughts or anything like that. That's not my expertise. I'm not a medical professional, in other words. um, so just, I'm not also a researcher in any kind. So, like, just a disclaimer: if you are someone who is suicidal right now, just, you know, or even having a mental health issue, go to a professional. Okay, I'm not the right person to comment on that, but yes, that's the feeling that we get, we would have gotten, if that is when these feelings were hitting us. Okay, but just because, wait, I'll continue when people have seen my thumbs up. I'll just keep the thumbs up over here. Sometimes people just, you know, do this, which is like, okay, anyway. But just because you have succeeded in whatever you wanted, you have now financial abundance, you have now emotional stability. There's no emotional abundance or happiness that I see right now. Maybe there is, I don't know. But there is like stability that you have. There's this peace, and nothing can shake you off. Trust me with my words. I know nothing can shake you off with the Queen of Wands energy. And you are thinking, pile number 3, you are thinking that if I go back and think about all the things that has happened in my past, I won't be able to continue my life the way I have continued it so far. I won't be able to come back to my present. I won't be able to enjoy the blessings that I have right now. That's so not true. And that's not true. You don't have to worry about that. That's what the spirits are saying. You don't have to worry about that. What you're doing is not thinking about those things or even not going back to the past. What you're doing is erasing the past completely from your like memory, from your emotions. That is like, this time, if when you do go through these thoughts, that whatever your angels are presenting to you, because these thoughts are not something that you are thinking on, like, you're not consciously thinking about these thoughts are coming in your head. There's a difference. You're not doing anything, right? And whatever is coming through, and if you just sit with it, if you just try to understand yourself, do the shadow work, if you will. Try to understand whatever you're going through, or whatever you're feeling, why, like, the the abandonment that you have felt before and how bad it felt, etc. Right? Once you do that, you'd feel a different kind of peace. This time, you know you'll feel the peace in a very different way. And I have an example actually, but this is for, I think, OCDs, or I don't know. I don't think so. OCDs are some. I can't refer to it as OCD, but yeah, just imagine. I do this sometimes whenever I have, for example, this is the table, right? And there's this, there was a coffee that I drank, right? For example, I have this coffee cup. I drank this coffee, and one of the coffee stain was over here, and I was like, oh my god, I don't like it. Um, and I'm feeling lazy to clean it right now. I'm like, no, I don't want to clean it at all. Okay, and I move on. I move away from this room. I'm not thinking about this. Okay. And I just watch movies or something, Netflix or anything, movies or YouTube in a different room. But still, in the back of my mind, I have that, I am aware that the coffee stain is still here. I have not done anything about it. But since I'm like watching Netflix and all, I feel happy, I'm laughing, and I'm like moved on. But I come back. Now this analogy is somehow related to the washroom cleaning, but if you know what I mean. But still, this is just the example I'm giving with the table and stuff. So I come back. I'm like, oh my god, this coffee stain is still here, and I don't feel good about it. And I sometimes I don't like to, you know, do the dirty work. But then once I'm like, ew, I can't take it. I have to clean it. I uh, take the necessary steps to clean it. I wipe it out with the towel, and it's harder now because it's coffee has dried out and stuff. So I clean it very nicely, and I just wipe one more time just for my assurance. Okay, and then once I do clean it completely, right, there's a different kind of peace that I feel. The problem is being solved. That's the peace I feel, if you know what I mean. Now, there's this meditation. Now, I am a tarot reader, I'm not a meditation. I don't usually give meditations, but for some, I do as a personal uh, personal services. This is not for everyone, of course. If you are interested in the meditation, I would love to provide it to you. Okay, um, you can ping me in my email ID anytime you like. In that meditation, we would be clearing out your past. And this, like, I love meditations because, like, we don't have to consciously think about stuff. We can let our subconscious mind do the work, so that's like very much easier in my opinion. So that's why I suggested that one. Okay, so it doesn't matter, like you don't have to do a meditation just from me, you can also do it from anyone else. But yeah, that's one of the suggestions from my side. It's not the suggestion from angels especially, but it's from my side. It's your opinion, it's your choice, it's your will, whatever you want. But yeah, that's the peace you are going to feel once you clean the thing up, that you have been through the past, you have thought about everything about the past. Maybe you have written it in the journal, you have asked yourself a bunch of questions, and then, like, it's done. Okay, ask yourself a bunch of questions. With that, I'm also sensing that you can either do that practice with yourself, like, why am I triggered, or something like that. You can ask those questions to yourself, or um, I can help you with that too. Okay. Again, my expertise is here, but that's like the side thing that I do, which is like kind of like a counseling, but also not a medical professional. So you just feel it. You'd know what I'm talking about if you were to take the services. But yeah, any which ways, we are talking about clearing out the past. Okay, we are talking about understanding ourselves in a deeper way, and then once we do go to our past completely, we are like a completely different person. This could also mean a shadow work. Okay, so take however it resonates. Once you are done with this phase, what angels are saying is, it's when you do come out of this phase of life, it's like when you have thought about everything about your past after being successful. Okay, after being the Queen of Wands, you are like thinking about your past once again. Once you have done that, or while you're doing that, working would be difficult. Yes, you're worried if your work will be hampered. Yes, it would be, but not to that extent that you think. You're still going to do a great job in terms of communication. The other person is not even going to have a hint about what you're going through in your headspace. um, but you are going to feel that energy. You are going to understand that you are tired, or you're unhappy, you feel drained out or something like that, because you have thought about these things, right, that has hurted you in the past. But this time will pass, and this time shall pass. Once it's going to pass, don't worry about it. Okay, and then there's a Four of Cups coming in your way, which is angels are going to give you a new cup of life. And a blessing, to be very honest, and you're going to be prepared for this blessing. By number 3, you're going to be prepared because you have done the work. Okay, don't worry about anything. Whatever you have to avoid, you will avoid, but whatever blessings are coming your way, you will naturally accept that. Okay, I'll take one advice for you guys. Okay, how can you make sure that you have, I feel like taking this last card. So I was about to ask angels, how can you make sure that you do accept the blessings after this incident of overthinking and going back in the past and stuff. Overthinking is not a negative word, okay? I'm not saying it that way. But then angels are like, only you can help yourself in this. If I were you, I would be manifesting this right now. Okay, again, this is not the advice from angels, this is the advice from me. Um, I think there's a difference, like the advice coming from angels and from me. If you trust me, you can follow my advice, but if you trust angels, you can follow their advice. I just wanted to make that clear. The advice from me would be like, you know what, just manifest it, right now. Like, I don't know, praying hands, let it be anywhere, anyhow you want. Close your eyes and just take a deep breath and say to the angels, angels, let me be open to receive the cup of love that you are giving me in the future. I don't know when that is going to happen, but I would love to be open for it. Please help me be open for it. Thank you. And let go. Rub your hands and cover it with your eyes. I mean, cover your eyes with it and then open your eyes. Okay, so here we go. This is the reading for pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below. Someone is thinking about my English and someone doesn't like my English, and I'm like, yeah, I know, it's my weakness. I mean, I'm like, not everybody is perfect, right? Nobody is. Okay. For you guys, just listen to this reading, uh, which I have given you in the pile selection option, so that it would be helpful for you. Okay, see you later. Bye.